Decisions that last, home buying, step 5. How to choose a realtor who works for you. If you're at this point in the home buying process, you've already done more work than most buyers ever do. You've checked your credit, you've built a real budget, you've talked to a lender, you've learned what it means when underwriting tells you not yet instead of no, and now it's time to talk about how to choose a realtor and why this step belongs here and not earlier. Before we go further, one important clarification. I'm speaking from the perspective of Texas real estate law because that's where I practice. Representation rules, disclosures, and agency relationship vary by state. That said, the principles we're going to talk through apply almost everywhere. If you're buying outside Texas, use this as a framework and confirm the specifics locally. Now, here's the core idea of this step. Choosing a realtor is not about familiarity, it's about representation. And that decision matters more than most buyers realize. At this point, it might feel natural to jump straight into loan types, FHA, USDA, VA, conventional, what have you, and we will get there, but not yet. Before loan programs make sense, you need the right professional structure in place. Loan programs and property choices are tied together in ways that most buyers don't see at first. Your lender can tell you which loan programs you qualify for. Your realtor is the person who helps make sure the properties you consider actually work with those programs. If you choose the wrong agent, or you skip choosing one intentionally, you can easily spend time and energy on options that were never viable to begin with. That's why choosing the right realtor comes before diving into loan types. And one thing many buyers don't realize is that not every real estate agent is a realtor. A real estate agent is someone licensed by the state. A realtor is someone who is licensed but is also a member of the National Association of Realtors and agrees to follow a code of ethics. In most markets, realtors also have access to the Multiple Listing Service, or MLS, which is a shared database where properties are listed, analyzed, compared, and tracked. Working with a realtor means your agent can see more, compare more, and interpret more than someone operating without full MLS access. And that matters, because a buyer's agent isn't just someone who opens doors. A good buyer's realtor is your interpreter when the market doesn't make sense, your guardrail when emotions try to outrun your budget, your strategist when offers and contingencies get complicated, and your advocate when it's time to negotiate repairs, terms, and timing. Where I live, you can't throw a rock without hitting 3 real estate agents. That doesn't mean all 3 are qualified to guide you through the largest purchase you'll probably ever make. People often hesitate to work with newer agents, but a diligent new realtor will outperform a burned-out veteran every time. My father used to ask a simple question: do they have 10 years experience or 1 year 10 times? When you're deciding how to choose a realtor, you're not picking a name. You're picking judgment, energy, and follow-through. Compatibility matters more than people expect. Your lender will know all your financial details. Your realtor will know everything else. They'll see how you handle stress, how you make decisions, where your real no-go lines are, and how you react when something doesn't go according to plan. That means trust matters more than familiarity. Just because someone is your coworker, your mom's friend, someone from church, or your kid's coach does not make them the right choice. Ask yourself, am I comfortable being completely honest with this person? Will they tell me the truth, even when it's not what I want to hear? Do I trust them not to overshare my business? Sometimes the most respectful thing you can say is, "You're a great friend, but I'm just not comfortable having you this close to my finances." Communication is another non-negotiable. Real estate moves fast. You need an agent who understands that different situations require different forms of communication. Texts for quick confirmations, email for documentation, and phone calls for anything urgent, complex, or sensitive. And yes, calls should be returned. If you reach out to 3 agents and only 1 responds, that tells you something. Responsiveness before you're under contract is a preview of what you'll get when the deadlines start stacking up. Credentials matter, but not the way people think. Designations can signal commitment to education, which is good, but you should also ask whether a credential represents a real depth of knowledge or just a short course. When you're choosing a realtor, look at experience, judgment, education, and how seriously they take professional development. These factors matter far more than long acronyms on a business card. One of the best questions you can ask your potential realtor is this: what types of clients or properties do you not take on? Anyone who claims to be good at everything is selling you something. A thoughtful answer usually signals self-awareness, and self-awareness, hopefully, signals integrity. A good realtor also understands her role within a larger structure. Sometimes the right answer isn't, "I can help you." Sometimes it's, "I know who can help you." Strong agents know when to refer, when to collaborate, and when to step aside so clients get the right representation for their situation. Through my brokerage, I can refer clients anywhere. And yes, referrals involve compensation. That's standard. But a good referral isn't random. A good realtor will actually interview the agent they're sending you to. And I've been on the receiving end of that, and it matters. Because I practice in Texas, there's one more structural piece you need to understand. In Texas, license holders must provide what's called the Information About Brokerage Services Notice. It explains who represents whom and what duties are owed. Texas also allows a brokerage to represent both the buyer and the seller in the same transaction. That's called intermediary representation. And here's the key point. A brokerage may represent both sides. A single agent should not. In most cases, the broker appoints different agents, one for the buyer and one for the seller, so that each party has someone advocating fully for them. If you're in a state that allows dual agency, or you're in Texas under intermediary, you should always insist on separate representation. The simple rule is this: the seller's agent should never be the person negotiating for you unless you are fully prepared to advocate entirely for yourself. Representation creates obligations, and those obligations only matter if the structure is clear. At this point, decisions will get easier, not because they're smaller, but because the structure is doing most of the work and you have a team in place to explain the things that are unclear. You now have the right people in the right roles. Next, we'll define the rules we're working under, loan types, program requirements, and how those constraints shape what comes next.